This is CSI Today.
Welcome to CSI Today. I'm Skylar Logan.
And I'm Olivia Jones. Our top story today, a 36-year-old cold case has been reopened. On May 25th, 1979, 6-year-old Eaton Potts went walking alone for the first time to his bus stop. That was the last day he was seen. Eaton Potts' disappearance set a nation into a frenzy, spreading awareness for missing children, making Eaton Potts one of the first children to be featured on a milk carton.
February 2nd of 2015, Eaton Potts' mother was asked to take the stand at Pedro Hernandez's murder trial. Pedro Hernandez confessed to killing Potts back in 2012. However, his confession was deemed useless and unreliable as there were no witnesses besides himself. He was also known to possess an IQ of 70 and was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. There was also no physical evidence connecting Hernandez to the crime. Jose Ramos had been initially charged with the disappearance of the young boy due to his former accusations of child molestation. Also, he had been familiar with Potts. Ramos was dating Potts' babysitter and was seen walking with him after school before his disappearance.
Eaton Potts made a lasting impact on today's society. His disappearance shocked America and brought into perspective the gravity of a missing child. Now, to help prevent kidnapping cases, we use technology today for the greater good. We've evolved from using milk cartons to publicizing missing children, to reaching 185 million Americans through Amber Alerts on social media and cellular devices.
Speaking of social media, a hot topic that's been trending on Facebook and Twitter is GMOs. Here to tell us more is Anna Stimson.
On December 3rd last year, a massive debate was held about GMOs, or genetically modified organisms. Around 450 people attended, including Bill Nye, the science guy. Before the debate began, 32% of the audience supported the use of GMOs. After the debate, 60% of the audience supported GMOs. The against side mentioned that we don't know about the long-term effects of GMOs, but the for side argued that the benefits, such as hardier or bug-resistant crops, outweigh any possible risks. In creating GMOs, scientists hope to create crops that are resistant to pests so that they no longer need pesticides. Not only that, but GMO plants may be better for the environment because they require less soil and some do not require pesticide. They are also easier to maintain for farmers. Some believe that growing GMOs could help the soil to retain its nutrients better than ever before. The American Association for the Advancement of Science and the U.S. National Academy of Sciences say that these genetically engineered plants are safe to eat. Crops undergo testing for about 5 years before they are sold in the U.S., says Monsanto CTO Robert Fraley. There is also the possibility that better products for people overall can be created. On the flip side, though, these genes can also get into weeds so that they, too, will be resistant to pesticides. Genetically modified food involves adding in different elements that weren't there before, like proteins, and some worry that there will be new allergies that come about as a result. Also, food that is made to resist disease worries some because it may make antibiotics used for people less effective due to the food lingering in the system. A study conducted in the Pew Research Center found that, on a survey, 88% of scientists said that genetically modified food is safe to eat. However, in the same survey, only 37% of non-scientists believed that this was true. More than 70% of Americans don't want genetically modified organisms in their food, according to studies that have been done on citizens. But the reality is that they can't really avoid them because they hide in our food products. Scientists found that GMOs lurk in packaged food products like potato chips, baby formula, and breakfast cereals. Already, up to 80% of processed foods in the U.S. have been altered in some way by scientists in the ways that they are grown. In over 60 countries in the world, GMO labeling is required on packaged foods, but the United States isn't required to label for GMO content. The federal government has not mandated that genetically modified organisms be proven safe before they're used in your food.
Hello. Today we have Alejandra Salinas with her opinion on GMOs. So let's jump right into this. Is it ethically right to modify organisms?
Well, I believe it all depends on your opinion of progress. If it can be used to help someone in need, I believe it's okay, but it depends how much modification that organism is going through and if they know what the effects are in the long term. Because with a lot of things, since all this modification in science is moving so quickly, we don't know how things are going to affect us in the long term since it's all so recent.
Okay.
In other news, the U.S. Navy is set to unveil a revolutionary weapon that uses electromagnetic technology in order to function. In other words, a railgun that fires its projectiles at astonishing speeds.
With this railgun, the Naval Research Enterprise is championing to ensure a dominant, capable, and relevant naval force for the future. Chief of Naval Research Rear Admiral Matt Winter said in this statement, the amount of force this weapon produces is 6 times the speed of sound, with distances in excess of 100 nautical miles.
Testing will begin at sea in the year 2016 and will be presented to the public February 4th to February 5th. In addition, on December 13th, the U.S. Navy revealed that they have finished testing for their new shark-like unmanned underwater vehicle named the Ghost Swimmer. This vessel will be used primarily for intelligence gathering and inspection of ships. Weighing in at 100 pounds with a length of 5 feet, it can dive to depths of 300 feet and transfer information autonomously through a tether to its operator.
The Ghost Swimmer recreates the movement of a large fish, which makes it extremely difficult to detect. The Ghost Swimmer is part of the U.S. Navy's Silent Nemo project, an experimental effort to use biomimicry for underwater vehicles. This breakthrough in military technology will be a game changer in naval dominance for the United States. Cards.
Hearts.
Farts.
Arts.
Night.
Arts
Night.
Did somebody say arts night? Okay. Come and experience the music, art, and poetry with us on Thursday, February 26th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Hope to see you all there.
In other school news, our annual dodgeball tournament is soon approaching. Here to tell us more about that, our CSI correspondent, Renee Flores.
Thanks, Olivia. I'm standing here at Southridge High School being pelted by dodgeballs, letting you know that there's a dodgeball tournament coming up pretty soon. For more information, talk to your Root Student Council representative to sign up.
Thank you, Renee, for that stellar reporting. But the dodgeball tournament is not the only thing on the calendar.
That's right, Olivia. Track practice begins February 23rd, and soccer tryouts begin Monday, February 9th. And finally, Mavericks, more is just around the corner. And in the spirit of the dance, we thought we'd ask our fellow Mavericks to show us their best dance moves.
With Morp a few weeks away on the 27th of February at Pendergast Learning Center. Obviously, it has been changed to 91st and Indian School. It's still the same time from 7 to 10. We ask you, mister, can you show us your best dance moves?
Right here, right now?
Yes, right here.
All right.
That's all for today, fellow Mavericks. Thank you for tuning in to CSI Today. I'm Olivia Jones.
And I'm Skylar Logan. Boom goes the dynamite.
And you say, where'd it go?
On May 25th, 1979, 6-year-old Eaton Paz went walking.
Pedro. Yes.
Do that over.
Yeah.
Also, he had been familiar with Potts. Ramos was dating Potts' babysitter. Go. Also, he had been familiar with Potts. Ramos was dating Potts' babysitter. And
Never mind.
Hey, that's a Patriot ball right there.
Tips.
That's a Patriot ball.
What did I say? What is it?
that's all.
Okay, that's all.